Have you ever heard the phrase, it takes money to make money? Well, that's what we're going to talk about today.
Every moment is a teachable moment.
Okay, so it takes money to make money. Now, I know a lot of you that are just getting into the industry. A lot of people always tell me they don't have a lot of money. They want to know if they can, get coaching cheaper, or can they make their own demo? Can they, kind of cut corners? And I'm here to kind of hopefully give you a dose of reality. Remember that you are starting a business, and most businesses, when you're starting, you have startup costs. And especially if it were a brick and mortar, if you were opening up a studio, a physical studio, you would have a lease, you would have maybe inventory to buy, you would have equipment, you would have furniture, that type of thing to invest in your physical studio. Because a lot of us can do this from home, we also need to invest in our equipment and in our home studio. And there are lots of ways to, I would say, make a great sounding studio that doesn't have to be super expensive. But I am going to tell you there are costs, and you really need to be ready to address that financially, of course, but also mentally. So it's the top of the year, and I have had to pay a lot of money, invest a lot of money in marketing, advertising. I hire people that need to be paid. And so sometimes, especially when it is a big month for me, by the time I'm finished paying my employees, I'm finished purchasing marketing for a set amount of time, maybe I'm doing sponsorships for a conference, it can add up really quickly. Even I was starting to let it get me down. But I have to remember, and I want you guys to remember also, that you really do need to have some investment money in order to grow your business. Otherwise, you may just stay stagnant. Okay? So for me, I want to continually be looking for my next client. So I will be spending money for advertising. And as things get more difficult in terms of being able to cut through the chaos and be found on the internet, I will continue to make financial investments in my advertising and in my marketing. Sometimes, okay, and here's a hard dose of reality, sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes that advertising doesn't work the way you want it to. And so that would be something that you would have to, face that, well, I made an investment of, let's say, $2,000 for advertising. Maybe it was Facebook ads. Maybe it was ads on a website. Maybe it was, just taking a chance and creating mailers and paying somebody to market for you. You have to take that chance. And I'm always saying, make sure that you can dip your toe in the water, make a small investment, and see how it works out. So that way, hopefully, you're not going to be making a huge investment and then not seeing any return on that investment. A lot of times after a pretty heavy hit month of finances, I will actually go and relax and try not to let it affect me as much as it does. I will admit, though, that, after I pay a good portion of the expenses, I will have a good half a day or so where I will stress out about it. So after I spend a few hours of being completely stressed out, I will keep reminding myself that, yes, I have made these investments before, and I have to have faith that there will be some return on those investments. And if there isn't a return on those investments, then I certainly have learned a good lesson. So just keep in mind that your investments are good for growing your business. And it is a tough pill to swallow, but make sure that you're keeping tabs on all of your investments. Make sure to look at your numbers on maybe a daily, if you are investing daily in trying to build your business, or weekly or monthly. Just keep looking at the numbers so that you can get used to what your outflows are for this business. And then also look at the numbers coming in and make that comparison to see if you are having a profit in your business. That is important. So it's important to kind of just even though it hurts, even though it hurts my eyes to look at my finances, it really helps actually to look at the finances, because then you can really see patterns of growth, patterns where maybe your investment didn't work out, so you can go back and try something else. So just know, guys, that yeah, it's very normal to feel the weight of your investment, but know that most of the time your investments will come back and pay back in the end. If you want more business tips, make sure to check out my videos here. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next week.